No wonder people used to think I was strange. If they only knew.
There's no power greater than X.
Like everyone else, I watch E3 just to get disappointed. The big boys barely make games anymore, and the games that they do make are limited to a small number of genres. To hide this, they bring in the indie games and pretend that they are bigger than what they actually are, so that people won't notice the stagnation. In all of this shit, one game actually caught my eye. A new IP that is not a mobile game. Sign me up. So I bought it, played it, reflected upon it, and here is my review. The presentation is good, it looks nice, sounds nice, and it is laggy enough to get you that sweet cinematic 24 FPS. It is the dual screen sections in particular which are very demanding. Split screen seems to be a lost technology apparently. With this being said, the FPS is not all that important in this game, and you can't take away that the presentation is nice and very atmospheric. My only complaint is that some of the environments could be a bit more exciting. It is easy to get sick of the grey run-down buildings after all. In the game's trailer, there is a quote from GameSpot describing the game as feeling next gen. I am not sure what they are referring to, but I hope that they aren't talking about the gameplay. If I would describe a generic horror game in the last couple of years, then I would say that the game will have you walking around in some deserted place, finding letters and audiologs, and then there will be some chasey, stealthy, and perhaps some simplistic puzzles. And this is exactly what you will find in this game. The chasing, stealthing, and puzzling, however, are very simplified, even when comparing it to other horror games. When comparing it to other horror games, I also should mention that the game is not scary at all, and that is coming from a total pussy. There are things I like. I like the fixed camera angles, and I think the game benefits from the third-person perspective. And while simplistic, the chasing, stealthing and puzzling works okay, and they are backed up by good production values far above what is common in this genre. With all of this being said, I have seen this before. It is not exciting, and little of interest is actually done with the split screen mechanic. There is just very little to it, and I grew bored of the gameplay part of this game long before the game actually ended. But let's face it, this is a story-focused game, so let us talk about the story. This is a linear story. There are no story choices, and you play as Marianne, who is a medium. It starts off with a great opening that really catched my attention. It felt fresh, personal and original, but it quickly gets interrupted by a phone call telling Marianne to come to an abandoned hotel. The hotel is in ruins and you will explore it, reading notes and using your spirit powers to figure out what has happened. It is not a very original setting for a story like this, and call me crazy, but just once in a narrative game I would like to actually see the events taking place instead of going through ruins and reading about them. The story have its moments, and there are a number of good scenes, and the story is helped out by the good presentation. Despite being atmospheric, however, the main story is just not very good. I don't want to spoil anything, but in short, the story is not very original. The ending is awful and leaves key plot points open. The story is unfocused and have a lot of fluff in it. There are a number of plot holes. A lot of things feels contrived. And perhaps the most damning part is that while going through my clips for this review, I found multiple examples where I found myself saying, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Wait a minute, what was the point of that? The summary is that this isn't even close to what I would expect from a narrative game, and this is a narrative game, make no mistake about that. It is not only a narrative game, it is a full price narrative game. This game have little to no gameplay. Now, I like combat in my games, and I like puzzles in my games, and I think this game would have benefited from both. My baseless speculation is that they don't have the resources for this, and they put all their eggs in the graphic department instead. And it could have worked out, but the story is not close to being tight enough for that, and it is a game that I have mixed feelings for. It is not a bad horror-themed narrative game with some light gameplay, and if that is your thing, then pick it up on a sale, and I'm sure that you will have fun with it. But it is not exciting, it is not new, it is not fresh, and it is not great, and maybe, just maybe, it would be nice if games pushed on E3 would deliver a little bit more than this.
Hey, Marianne. You look like shit.